According to multiple sources outside of the Bible, in the Roman-occupied Palestine or Israel, crucifixion was a sentence that was applied almost exclusively to those that were rebelling to the Romans, because it was the most horrible type of death. And if they wanted to kill somebody, they could basically just cut his head off. But when they crucified him, they would leave this person out there for several days. It will take them several days to die. And then after that, the wild animals would eat them. It was just horrible. So when I think about these two thieves, I think of them of freedom fighters or patriots, not just criminals. There were two persons that knew that they were taking a risk, and the risk was a horrible death. The reason why they became rebels, we don't know. Perhaps they were farmers or fishermen, and the aggressive tax systems of the Roman made them lose their boat or their farm, and that pushed them over the edge to become rebels. Or maybe it was the image of the Caesar, a man claiming to be God, that he was on a flag right in front of the temple, defiling the temple, and that made them feel a religious anger and pushed them over the edge. Or maybe it was the loss of dignity, because Israel had been occupied over and over again over the centuries by different empires. We don't know what it was, but we do know is that they went out on action, trying to overthrow the Romans. We don't know exactly what they did. Maybe they tried to ambush a tax collector. Maybe they were disrupting Roman supply lines. We really don't know. But what we do know is that they were captured. What we do know is that they were probably sentenced together. And what we do know is both of them were sentenced to death on a cross in Golgotha, and they were both set to die together. Both men had a lot in common, except for one thing: their heart was not the same. As we observe in today's gospel, the angry thief, under the immense pain of the cross, reviled Jesus in a nasty manner, said to him, "Are you not the Christ? Save yourself and save us." And you know what? Somehow I identify with him. There have been many times where I'm in pain, uncomfortable, or things don't go out my way, that I react in a way that I just shouldn't have reacted like that. One of them happened over 30 years ago, and I still remember it. So it turns out that I was having chronic sinus infections, and I have some cysts. So I had surgery. And after the surgery, I was very uncomfortable, I was in pain, and I was grumpy, I was nasty to everyone around me. I think all of us can recall a situation like that, where we explode at our spouse, or we snap at an employee. We become someone we're not proud of because we're in pain, because we feel hopeless, or simply because things did not go our way. On the other hand, we have the good thief. Despite of also being under great agony, he rebukes the angry one and petitions the Lord with faith. "Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom." And this reaction won him what we all seek. It won him heaven. To me, it's astonishing that two people with very similar backgrounds, both fighting for Israel, both fighting for freedom, and ultimately for God, react in ways that are so different, almost opposite. See, it's almost as if the angry thief was fighting for God without having God in his heart. Today, as we celebrate the solemnity of Christ the King, it's important to question ourselves, are we like the angry thieves? Are we doing on paper things that are pleasing to God? Working hard, providing for our families, helping around in church, helping around our house or home, but without really having Christ in our heart. This is the test. How do you react when things don't go your way? If we react in instant frustration, we lash out to others, despite that we're doing the right thing. Maybe that's a sign that we're fighting the right battle, but we're not inspired by the right king. You see, when we have a true relationship with the Lord, when we talk to Him often, when we seek advice of Him in all decisions, big or small, when we seek to discern His plan for our life, then if things don't go out our way, we're more likely to be at peace. We might not feel happy. Pain is pain, but our heart is at peace. Why? Because we know He's close to us. Like the good thief, we know our Lord is right next to our cross, looking out for us. He's not there necessarily to get us out of that bad situation, but He's there to walk with us through it. And the promise that He has for us is that things will be better on the other side of the cross. Just like the good thieves, we must realize that the other side of the cross is not death, but paradise. So brothers and sisters, as we finalize this church year, let us pay attention to our reactions. When we act like the angry thief, lashing out in frustration, let that be a wake-up call. Let that be a sign that maybe Christ is not the ruler of our heart.